on objection handling. You know, many times, oh yeah, there was this guy who was asking all these objections, and you know, I answered him with this. Oh yeah, you know one good way to answer this objection? It's a learning time. Yes, it's fun. Yes, you have a party, but it's also time to learn. And since these are people that have been doing the business, they are seasoned leaders. So it keeps their faith levels high, correct? When you attend meetings like this, it gets your faith levels very high. It's important to note that you can have these meetings anywhere you can gather as a group. Doesn't have to be in your home. Oh yeah, and later on, okay, the original group that you have will start their own home meetings. And then they will start their own home meetings, etc., etc. Then pretty soon this organization grows. That's why these meetings are so important. Now the reason I like to use the home is everybody has one. You don't want to rent an office, you know, and spend a lot of money refurbishing, because people walk in and saying, wow, yeah, Jason can do this, but I can't do this. So I'm not going to be able to succeed in this business. You see what I'm saying? But when you have a home meeting and you have new people coming in, they're like, hey, I can do this. I can do this business. I can do this in my living room. Now you're going to have this VCD, you just put it on your computer with your group, you go over it one by one. Hey, I can do this. I can print a manual. Which, by the way, also is another, just to sidetrack a little bit, which is another good reason why one-on-one is more effective. Because when you sit here presenting to a large group, many times people in the audience are saying, hey, this is a good business, it's really nice, but I don't think I can do what this guy's doing. I don't think I can get up in front of a group of 100 people, right? But if you present the business to somebody one-on-one, in a restaurant, over a cup of coffee, the guy's saying, hey, I can do this. That's another reason why one-on-one is so good. I can do this bit. I can do what he's doing. I can bring my manual along. After these meetings, encourage what we call caddying. Okay, at these meetings. Okay, discuss it. You should caddy people. Caddying is an indispensable method of learning the basics of building the organization. In golf, you have the caddies that help out the golfer, right? Many golfers will tell you that many times their success is dependent on the caddy that they have. Because you think the caddy just gives him the clubs? No. They sit down. What are the wind conditions? What's my lie? What club should I use? Well, how will this affect? And the caddy gets involved with all of this. What's the exact yardage from here to the pin? The same thing in this business. You sit down with your leaders and, okay, what do you need from me? What do you need me to support you on this? What's this? What's that? That's caddying. And this is what you have to do with your leaders. I see some of your faces going, Joe, all of this is going to take away from my party time. Well, are you willing to pay the price? There's no such thing as an accidental millionaire. I don't know about other businesses, but in Gold Quest, no way. All the people that have made money in this business have worked long, have worked hard, but they've also reaped the benefits. I told you about the one lady in the Philippines who got pregnant. At least now I can say she doesn't look like this, because before people, when I'd say pregnant, people would look automatically at my stomach. She had been doing the business for about 1.5 years, and she got pregnant, of which is okay because she's married to her husband. Very important also. Remember, I was talking about the steps. Get married first, then you get pregnant. But anyway, so she had been doing very well, earning, weekly. She got pregnant. She spent 2 weeks in her house resting. And then she spent 4 days in the hospital, C-section. And then she spent another 2.5 weeks recovering. And just being with her baby, being with her husband. During this 5-week period, she earned $8,000, the next week $12,000, the next week $13,000, the next week $11,000, the next week $9,000. I don't know the exact chronological order, but the amounts are like that. While staying at home. How many have ever made $70,000 having a baby? That's what I'm saying. You reap the benefits of this. But she has worked hard in building her business. But how many people do you know have worked 15 years, 20 years, but still don't make $70,000 when they take a 5-week vacation? See, the point is, we're all going to work anyway. We're all going to work anyway. Whether you work hard in Gold Quest or A or B or C, we're all going to work. We might as well work on something that's going to give us benefits even when we do decide to take a break for a while. The big earners in this business, if they stop doing Gold Quest for 1 year, do you think their checks would go down? I know another lady who spent 5-6 months, 8, 9, 10 hours a day building her business. And she was earning well, $5,000, $6,000, $4,000 a week. And then for reasons that I don't want to discuss, she got out. She's not doing the business anymore. But up to this day, she's still getting checks. Sometimes 4, sometimes 3, sometimes 5, sometimes 2. But she has completely stopped doing the business. But her organization is still there. That's what I'm saying. Pay the price because it'll pay you back. The caddy system, you have to go through the list. Who do we caddy? Who? You have to make sure that, see, your time is very valuable. If you have 100 people or 200 people in your organization, you can't possibly caddy all of these. You know what I'm saying? So you have to identify, okay, these are the leaders, or these are the potential leaders that I want to work with. Not saying that you're going to neglect everybody else. But by you spending time with these leaders, right, and teaching them and imparting to them, and then now they go into their organization and start helping their organization, isn't that you also caddying them? Through your leaders, you are duplicating yourself and helping out. Don't go out with 200 people and caddy 200 people and only affect a 5% transfer, right? But choose 4, 5, 6 that you decide, I'm going to spend the next 1, 2, 3 months with these people. And make sure they know the business well. What do we need to caddy effectively? The tools. Training material, books. Remember I told you I was fortunate enough to have leaders before who caddied me and trained me. They lent me books, they lent me audio tapes, they lent me videotapes, they lent me training manuals that they put together. You need tools with which to caddy with. There's things also you must avoid. We'll go over that list a little bit later. And what must you do as the caddy? Once you have all the tools, how do you affect it? The caddy system is to help your referrals become successful in the business by working with and for them. Very important, the for. Because many people have this idea that, oh, I'm your leader in your organization, you go work for me. The reason that I was successful in this industry, I think, is because when I brought somebody in, I would make it a point to tell them, I will be your employee for the next 2 months. Not your slave. We're going to teach you that in the, what to avoid. I'm not going to be your slave, but I'm going to be your employee. In other words, whatever you need, I'm going to be there and going to be supporting you. So you work with them and you work for them. Because remember, we discussed earlier, when they prosper, who prospers? Guiding entails nurturing. Remember, we were talking about the plant. You know how you don't just plant the seed and then just let it go. No, you spend time cultivating the soil. You nurture. That person that you decide to caddy, you nurture them. You sit down with them, spend time training. And training isn't just sitting down with somebody, you sit down, I'm going to train you because I'm the all great, grand poobah of this business and you're going to... No, training doesn't know. Many times, like before, when Ferdy and I were going to Dave Trinidad, okay, I'll pick you up in your house. We spent about 45 minutes in the car before we got to that place, and we talked about the